Hello everybody, welcome to the first race of the iGPFun-Skip Barber tournament. Today we are racing at Silverstone, 28 laps around the international configuration. 22 drivers qualified. Pole position went to Konrad Mekov, 1:33.771. Unfortunately, he is not able to join the grid due to a technical problem. He is starting in last position from the pits. Second place to Francesco Maggi. You can read the lap times at the bottom. Second row for Christian Mancini and Sablos Fair. Apologies for the pronunciation. Andrew Taylor and Luca Varani follow. Then Massimo Bindi and Julian Boldrin. Davide Gracci and Cosimo Monti on the fifth row. Minas Tsiklis, Luca Gretti, Deben Van Damen, Fabio Russo, Giacomo Ponte, Arthur Hermont, Gianni Salito and Adam Brecht for Lucas Dereschi, Brian Strongquist, and on the last row Fabio Locarno and Jose Campodonico. The drivers are getting ready to start. Hopefully everything will go fine. The second corner is pretty dangerous. Let's see. Normal start. And we are heading toward the first corner. Everything looks fine. Everybody is clean. The leaders are in single file, moving towards the T2, T3, T4 complex. Very narrow, very hard braking. Potential for disaster over here, but everybody seems to behave. Just a slight touch from somebody in the middle of the group, but you don't quite see whom. And nothing major, really. This is the hairpin, another overtaking spot, possibly not on lap 1. Again, everybody well behaved, no drama, no problem here. Francesco Maggi, meanwhile, has lost his position to Christian Mancini. Maggi was a little slow coming out of the slow corner, T4. And Christian in the yellow car has taken a bit of a lead. This is the final complex. Two rather long corners, quite difficult. All the cars are going along fine, no problems. Lap 1 completed. Another 27 to go. Varani is running wide on the left with a purple car. He is able to join the track without losing anything. And quite a lot of cars together now. Maggi in the black car. Andrew Taylor, the red and black car, is trying to overtake on the outside. Varani is getting on the inside. Massimo Bindi on the orange car. They are basically 5 wide. Varani making up the position. Julian Boldrin in the red car is also advanced. He has passed Bindi and then Taylor. Is now attacking Fair and is up 3 spots. Meanwhile, Christian Mancini and Francesco Maggi are getting ahead. In the background, the orange car, Massimo Bindi, battling it out with Cosimo Monti in the orange and white, red and white McLaren livery. Big slide by Bindi in T1. Davide Gracci with a black, red and green car was looking on the inside. He actually gave out probably a good idea. Coming into the hairpin again. Driver keep swapping position and battling it out very cleanly, no problems. We can have a look at the standings. I'm sorry, the gaps from the leader do not seem to work. I guess that's alright. So Christian Mancini is leading with a gap of now 3 seconds over Francesco Maggi. 2 seconds behind is Luca Varani with Dulion Boldrin, Andrew Taylor, Szabolcs Ferrer, Massimo Bindi, Cosimo Monti, Davide Gracci. All these cars are running together. The field is getting a little separated now, not a lot actually. Christian Mancini seems to be pulling out up front. He has a lead of 3.5 seconds now. Lap 4 out of 28. This is the battle for 12th place, Giacomo Ponte and Gianni Sellito. And it was Leonardo Agretti that spun around. Everybody seems able to go through and is starting back. No damage, it seems. He has lost a lot of position. He is now in 17th place, I believe. Let's go back to the drivers just behind the leaders. There seem to be a couple of drivers running together, Varani and Boldrin, and 3 drivers just behind. This is Andrew Taylor looking back towards Fair. Coming into turn 1. It's a very fast corner. and then hard braking into the next one. Here they come. This is Massimo Bindi trying to attack Fair when very close to it, under braking for the hairpin. Up front, fourth position, Dulion Boldrin is getting close to Varani. Still very close, battle for 5th, 6th and 7th. And 8 and 9 actually we're just behind Cosimo Monti, Davide Graci. Farther back in 13th position there is Devin Van Dam, close to Gianni Sellito, the yellow car in the foreground. Back to the guys just behind the leader. Andrew Taylor is getting separated from Dulion Boldrin in the red and grey car. And again, Ferrer and Bindi just close by. Another battle currently for, let's stay here, Bindi passing on the inside and the very fast right-hander under the bridge. A little farther back, Ponte is up to 11th place. I think he started 15th, so he made up a few spots. Just he is following Minas Ciclis, just behind them Gianni Sellito and Devin Van Dam, separated by 0.3 seconds, as you can see. 0.4 now. Fabio Russo, position 14th, followed by Arthur Hermont and everybody else. Let's go up again to the group of cars just behind the leader. Position 5, Andrew Taylor. To position 9, Davide Gracci. It's about 2 seconds for 5 cars. The group, of course, sorry, was looking at the camera controls not working properly. So I was saying, of course, they all get together for the hairpin under heavy braking. Boldrin always very close to Varani. Half a second. He seems to lose a little in the slow corners at the end of the lap. He makes up a ground on the straight thanks to the draft, of course, and also under braking for the hairpin. He seems to be faster than Varani. Christian Mancini is still leading, lap 7. Now a 3.7 advantage over Francesco Maggi, second place. Let's see if we can have a look at them. But Massimo Bindi again is just on the tail of Andrew Taylor. So let's see what these guys are doing. I think it was Cosimo Monti running over some cones. He may have damaged his wings by doing so. Again, braking under the hairpin. Bindi going for the outside. And yes, passed, yes. So up one place. Massimo Bindi, sorry, is now fifth. Varani and Baldwin are now about 3 seconds actually up ahead. So the battle for fifth place is slowing everybody down. Davide Gracci and Cosimo Monti, the last two cars of the group, going side by side. This is the onboard camera for Davide Gracci. Meanwhile, sorry for that, actually Fair has overtaken Taylor for position 6. Again, people running over the cones. You can see Cosimo Monti. Oh, Davide Gracci went a little too deep and he hit Monti on the side pod. Monti has stopped on the track. It probably has damage. Let's see what the leaders are doing. Christian Mancini by himself, 34.0 his last lap. You can see it on the bottom left, and of course you can see the speed as well, current speed. Very nice performance by Christian. He has taken the lead on the first lap and basically he took advantage of the battles behind him. He took a 3 seconds lead, got all the other drivers out of his draft, and now he's slowly increasing his lead. He currently has 3.8 seconds over Francesco Maggi. Here he is, second place. So the cars are pretty full, a lot of fuel for the 28 laps race, and so this is Luca Varani and Dulion Boldring. The white car is lapped, as was Jose Campodonico. He must have had some problems and is being lapped. Just behind, Massimo Bindi and Zabol Fair. Again, sorry for the pronunciation. I was saying these two drivers have opened the gap to Andrew Taylor, now almost 1 second behind. Whereas later, more down in the field, there are still Minas, Ziklis and Giacomo Ponte running in close formation, battling it out for position 9th. Giacomo was behind Minas earlier, so he must have passed them. In the foreground, we were seeing actually Boldrin very close to Varani and Taylor again very close to it was not Taylor, it was Gracci getting close to the car in front. Again, Boldrin and Varani, position 3 and 4. They've been together really since lap 1, nothing between these two. A little bit of a gap over 5th place, now 2.7 seconds. That of course is long enough that the draft has no effect anymore. Not a lot of long straights on this track, but still the draft is worth a few tenths. Meanwhile, Monti retired after the accident with Gracci at the hairpin. Fabio Locarno has retired as well. I'm not quite sure of the problems. Let's see if we can see the position. You can read it at the top, but okay, again, the columns, the position are correct, the gaps, the distance between drivers is not. That's alright, I guess. This was the lap times on the previous lap. Francesco Maggi, position 2, was the fastest driver for the last lap. I'm looking, there should be somewhere Konrad Makov. He was on pole, he had to start last. Here he is. He is now in 13th position. Sorry, this is not Konrad. The camera went back to Dulion. .0, yes, he's very fast. Actually, I just realized on the panel with lap times, actually CM is both Konrad Makov and Christian Mancini. Sorry, don't know how to differentiate them. Going back to the battles now for 3rd place. Dulion Boldrin is having a go at Varani. We are very close. He's not actually forcing an attack at the hairpin. Still, the two drivers are running together. Again, Boldrin very close and not quite making a move. We'll see. This is where he passed two drivers on the 1st lap. He's staying behind, doesn't quite find room. Just behind these drivers, let's follow them for another short while. Very, very, very close to Lyon. T1 is a dangerous place to attack. He's actually showing restraint. Now he's getting alongside. But actually he gives up. And big slide for Dulion. He's back in control, but he now has a gap from Varani, 1.7 seconds. That's how much it costed him. He's now followed very close by Szabolcs Fair. Battle for 4th place now. We'll see if they will attack each other. Here we go actually. Zabuk is passing on the inside, now he will be on the outside for the last corner. Very respectful, very clean driving, they give each other a lot of room, and Dulion is now on the inside, they are side by side on the start-finish straight, and Dulion keeps his position. Lap 15th, so we just passed the halfway point of the race. Christian Mancini is still leading with 3.5 seconds now over Francesco Maggi. Let's move back for a little. This is Andrew Taylor and Davide Gracci battling for 7th position, again very close, moving towards the hairpin. Taylor defends the inside, side by side, but not a lot that Gracci can do right now. This is the battle for 4th place. Dulion, Szabolcs and Massimo Bindi, as you see them in the camera shot. We're back together now. This is the line flew through. The start finish straight. Fair getting close with a draft, and again a slide by Dulion. Fair is making a move, is now on the inside for the hard braking, and actually I think that Dulion just lifted to let him through and not take any risk. So position changed once again. Going back to the standings, we have now let's stay with these guys. Massimo Binding is attacking on the inside at the hairpin, not quite making it, whereas Davide Gracci just behind them has now passed Andrew Taylor. Sorry we missed that, but there is a lot of action going on. Konrad Mako still very fast. He is now up to 11th place. He just passed Deben Van Dam. Deben Van Dam, who is now fighting with Gianni Sellito for 12th place. Gianni on the yellow car is now 12th. Again, this is another couple of drivers that stayed together the whole race. I've been staying together the whole race. Position 12, they're fighting. Most important thing is that they are still having fun. Whereas Adam Bradshaw, just fun. Let's see if we can see what happened. Nothing, he just lost him by himself, and Luca Agretti did well to avoid him. Another replay, this is Luca Agretti, position 60th after the spin in the early race. He had to sit in the middle of turn 4 and let everybody else through. We'll see how close it was. So Adam Bradford with Irish colors up front. Yeah. good reactions by Luca. He slowed down when he saw the other driver in trouble. Up to the leaders again, outside the leader position, battle for fourth. Massimo Bindi, we just saw him knocking out a lot of cones. Sorry for the marshals, but I have to put them back just about every lap. Let's see if you can read the positions. So very close. We are looking back from Fair towards Bouldering and Bindi. Positions. Lap. They tell me it's lap 17. I'm not sure this is correct actually. Let's see in a moment. Dulion getting very close meanwhile. Okay, so we are on lap 18. Christian Mancini is still in the lead. Let's see what happens at the hairpin. Let's close. Bindi having a look on the inside, not a corner where overtaking is really safe. All you accomplish is that you lose a lot of time, and the driver that you are trying to overtake loses a lot of time. So let's leave this guy for a second. Let's look at Andrew Taylor, currently 8th place. Andrew started 5th, so he has moved back a little. Massimo Bindi again, very close to Dulion. I would like to read the standings, the race positions, and possibly move the cameras to the leaders, but these guys are just not giving us any second of inactivity. That's really nice. They're all very well behaved. They're not forcing any dangerous overtaking. .4 seconds between position 4, Fair, and position 6, Massimo Bindi. Our close battles once again is Deben Van Dam now attacking in Gianni Sellito at the hairpin and making it sticks, it seems. They're still side by side. Sellito has a better exit, but Deben has the inside for the next corner. Still side by side, and Deben actually has slowed down and given a chance to Fabio Russo in the white car to pass him. This is the battle for 12th place. Gianni Sellito now in 12th. So, position 1 is still Christian Mancini. Now 3.5 seconds over Francesco Maggi. Very consistent, their pace, they're always lapping within a couple of tenths. No mistakes apparently, and I have been running their race for a good half an hour now, 20 laps, so another 8 to go. Francesco has gained a little in the past couple of laps, but is still 3.6 seconds behind Christian. Third place, Luca Varani, 7 seconds behind Francesco Maggi. Quite a long way. He lost a lot of time fighting with Dulion and probably making a couple of mistakes. I think the fastest lap of Varani is 34.1 at this stage. That's only 1/10 of the fastest lap of Maggi, but still Maggi took quite a lead. This is Bindi on the inside of Fair. Nice pass on the hairpin. They are side by side now. And still side by side. Meanwhile, of course, Dulion Boldrin has moved up to 4th place again. We didn't see him passing. The blue car is Brian Strongquist. He is lapped, currently in 19th position. So we are saying position 3 for Luca Varani. Position 4, as you can see, is Dulion Boldrin, red and grey car over here. That yellow car up front is Gianni Serlito, just coming out from the pits. He must have had some problems with his car. Massimo Bindi, 5th place. A little slide is wide over here, and yeah, he lost the position, and I think he lost his wings too. Let's see if we can. Yes, he damaged his front left wing, jumping over the curbs and that corner. So now is Zabol Kferen in 5th place, 6th place for Massimo Bindi. Davide Gracci and Andrew Taylor, they just swap position again. Let's see if we can see the replay. That's position 7, Davide Gracci. Position 8, black and red car, Andrew Taylor. He used to... Yeah, he's actually passing in T1. That's really impressive. Gracci is... It's just getting into Andrew's mirror. He didn't really seem to wanting to attack. Anyway, Andrew Taylor is 7, Davide Gracci 8, 9th place for Giacomo Ponte. He has now separated himself from Minas Ciclis, which is 10th, and behind him Konrad Makov, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, in the red car. You can see that he's gaining 7/10 on the second on the previous lap. Makov was 22nd on lap 1, starting from the pits, having missed his pole position spot on the grid for a technical problem. So, position 11 is Conrad Meko, 12th place for Devin Van Dam, now by himself, after Gianni Sellito pitted. Also Fabio Russo, they must have had a problem with Fabio and Gianni because they were running together with Deben, whereas now Fabio Russo has a 8-second gap, and right behind him is Luca Agretti, the grey car. Arthur Hermont is the red and grey car behind these two guys. Same livery as Dulion Boldrin up front, teammates, I would guess. Let's see if Luca can gain a spot. So he's now 14th, number 69. Sorry for that. Camera lost it a little. Not the best choice of a camera. This is where Luca Agretti spun on the first lap. And anyway, position 16 for Lukas Derevsky. Adam Bradshaw now 17th, running a little wide, a little too deep under braking over there. Gianni Sellito now 18th after he stopped. Brian Strongquist, position 19th, and Jose Campodonico is the last one. Just in front of him, position 5 and 4 and 5 is Massimo Bindi and Szabolcs Ferrer once again. Lap 24, 4 to go. This is now the closest battle on the track. It really has been for the whole race. That's a complex at the end of the lap. Szabolcs Ferrer in the white car qualified 4th with 34.02. Massimo Bindi in the orange car was 7th on the grid, just 0.2 of a second behind Szabolcs. And looking at the gaps for the leaders, Francesco Maggi is now only 3.3 seconds behind Christian Mancini. He is making up some ground, but it's 3 seconds with 3 laps to go. I don't think he's gonna be able to catch him. This is the battle for 7th and 8th. Andrew Taylor attacking on the outside for the hairpin, Davide Gracci, and I cannot, let's see if he pass. No, he's on the outside. He has the longer line to make, of course, but then he can accelerate better out of a hairpin. Is again on the outside now, but Davide Gracci actually lifts a little and sits behind him. Smart driving by everybody involved, and Davide is passing again, and now is Andrew. These two guys are having fun. lap times 36.1. They obviously are being slowed down by their jostling for position. The lap counter is off again on my monitor. Sorry for that. I believe it's 2 laps to go. Yes. So only 2 laps to go. The position seems to... Sorry, I was reading actually the standings. So the position seems well defined right now. Massimo Bindi and Sabol Fair are now separated by 1.5 seconds. Here they are. So they are not really fighting each other. Dulion slipped back. I think he had a slight spin again, so he has to slow down to maintain control. Whereas the battle for 7th place is between Davide Gracchi and Andrew Taylor. Only 0.7 seconds separating them, and also 0.7 seconds between Minas Tsiklis in the white and blue car and Konrad Mekov in the red one. Again, Konrad much quicker than Minas, sorry. I'm trying to follow both Andrew and these 2 guys, Andrew and Davide Gracchi. They are 0.2 seconds only between the 2 of them on the last lap. It's 27 out of 28, sorry. Second to last lap, very tough action, overtaking action by Konrad. Let's have a let's see a look. So this is Minas looking back to Konrad, the red car. Not easy to pass on the outside of that SS. Going back to Andrew Taylor and Davide Gracchi, 0.5 seconds between them, but sorry, Zabolks has dropped from 4th to 6th place. Let's see if we can see what happened to him. He lost it in T1. Massimo Bindi is through, and Dulion passes him as well. So Zabolks was 4th, is now 6th on what I believe is the last lap of the race. I'm really sorry for that. The lap information gets mixed up all the time. This is actually the last lap. Sorry for that. It was Luca Varani in 4th place, passing a lapped car. Let's go back to Andrew Taylor and Davide Gracchi. That's the only active fight. 2 corners to go, battling it out for 7th. and Davide actually manages to hold onto 7th place. A little slide by Andrew just to finish off. Probably his tires are a little shot at the end of this 45 minutes race. Alright, so final results not quite appearing. So Christian Mancini actually won the race from leading it from lap 1 to the end. He started second on the grid after Conrad couldn't start. Managed to pass Francesco Maggi, now in 2nd place. Luca Varani was 3rd, Massimo Bindi in 4th position. Dulion Boldrin is 5th, Zabel Ferrer 6th, 7th place for Davide Gracci, Andrew Taylor 8th, 9th place for Giacomo Ponte, up 6 places from the start. Minas Ciclis, Coral Mako is 10, Minas Ciclis is 11, Deben Van Dam is 12, Luca Agretti 13th place, Fabio Russo 14th, Arthur Hermond 15th, 16th place for Lucas Dereschi, Brian Stromquist 17th. He passed Adam Bradshaw, now 18th, 19 Jose Campodonico, and then Gianni Sellito, Cosimo Monti, and Fabio Locarno retired at just before the end of the race due to car damage. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you had fun. Apologies for the errors during the broadcast and for my poor commentary. Hopefully we'll improve over time, and hope to see you next week for the Watkins Glen race. Thanks again.